My words are round of ballads. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. Dying words I bury every day. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. Welcome to another horrid, despicable, abominable, devastatingly, astoundingly demonic episode of the apocalypse. There is a path before you, for the choice has already been made for all of us, unfortunately. So that time has passed. A torch, a light by the enkindler himself, lies upon the ground, illuminating the entrance to the path, surrounded by 7 billion demons. I shall take up the torch on your behalf until I fall, and then that responsibility falls on you. And as long as you stay in the enkindler's light, you will live, and you will make it to the end of the path, despite the demon's grasp. And end up directly at the throne of God. But you must stay in the light. You cannot take the mark. So follow me if you want to live. Like I have said for 10 years, Donnie throws everyone under the bus. And I mean bloody everyone. All who thought they were special found a mysterious orange foot up their ass. And then they were gone. In other words, like I've been saying on and off for 10 years, do not get too comfortable in the Reich. I notice so many of you make that mistake. You get comfortable. You think you're safe. You think you're the apple of Donnie's eye. Lest you be a new crisp $100 bill, you are not the apple of Donnie's eye. There is one other exception. Her name is Ivanka. With a new face, nose, and body to go with the name. That is the only other exception. Everyone else, and I mean everyone else, is perfectly capable of being thrown under the bus at any moment. I mean, just the other day, Bovino, the Nazi hobbit, and his minions were out having a great time, murdering, pillaging, stealing, and terrorizing. And kidnapping, of course. And then, by today's end, he's out. That is how bloody fast the beast will cast you aside. None of you are the apple of his eye. You never were, you never will be. He is the beast. Read of what that entails. Or just look back through the history of the past 10 years and you will see a mountain of humanity underneath a yellow bus, all cast there by the beast himself, all with orange stains upon their lips, for nothing, their soul gone, their credibility gone, their appeal to the masses gone forever, all to end up under the bloody bus. Was it worth your soul, son? And that's a lot of sons I'm talking to over 10 years. Let us begin. Another horrific scene. There's a video. First thing in the morning, I wake up to this fucking bullshit. We ain't even done talking about the last one they fucking murdered in broad goddamn daylight, right on the street in front of us all on camera. And then spent, the next couple days lying their asses off, defaming a dead man, and their family should sue the fuck out of you people. Slam dunk. Do it. In this video, this atrocity, thanks to you, Constant, you know who I'm talking to, always, when I say that. A diminutive Latin woman running away, not attacking anyone, not standing there in their face, running away. And she got hit with a less lethal round, it's called. And it blew off part of her fucking hand, because she just a little Spanish girl. And less lethal don't mean not lethal. Don't mean not permanent damage either. There's a guy that's blind in one eye now, thanks to these mass cunts that want bounties. So you see this girl running towards the camera, whoever's filming it. And it's like a war movie where someone shoots her with an AK-47 from behind. She just goes down. She's screaming. She's hurt bad. Thanks to you cunts that put your name on this and voted for it and preached the gospel. Because you think the Gestapo ain't never coming to your door, you're wrong. That's why your country's over. Because you thought the Gestapo would never come to your door because you're special. You're not. You're a mark. You're a mark in an orange asshole's plan and in an imp's plan. And I know you don't know who the imp is, but I fucking do. And he sure as fuck knows who I am. Unfortunately for me. But I'll get the last laugh, although I'll suffer to get there. And I will light my cigarette upon his burning ass. Yes, this small Latin woman hit with a less lethal that'll probably has permanently damaged her hand forever. I'm sure that was worth it. That's going to save the farm, right, Jethro? That you voted to lose because you wanted to see little Spanish women get shot and liberal men get murdered and liberal women get murdered. That's fun for you. That's good for you. When you're burning, remember that. Don't ask why. I'm telling you why. This was disgusting, like out of a war movie. I mean, literally. And again, we fresh off the murder of that man the other day. Fresh off of murder and slander. The Reich's specialty. Ron Filipkowski, is the government ever going to release the name of the masked agent who killed Alex Preddy? Or are we going to continue to have a federal secret police in this country? We're going to continue to have a federal secret police. That's what's going to happen. No, they're never giving his name out. They already told us that. I have the clip here. So you have a mass secret police that can murder you, any one of you. Don't matter who you are. You could be the rubest of rubes that loves every minute of this. You roll up into the middle of a Gestapo scene by accident and they mistake you for a protest or this, that, whatever, you're dead. Just made a wrong turn. Like that other little Spanish lady they grabbed the other day. She was just trying to go to a goddamn doctor's appointment or something. Get her meds or something. I can't even remember what it was. And she just happened to turn into a Gestapo fucking, murder scene or kidnap, whatever the fuck evil they got going on. And she got in the middle of it and they got pissed off and they pulled her out the car and they took her away. Could happen to any one of you dumbass rubes, your wife, your daughter, your friend, any one of you, son. Just be there by accident. You don't have to be trying to protest them or anything. They'll just mistake you. They assume everyone's the enemy. And they're ready to pounce. They know everyone goddamn despises them. Imagine that feeling, knowing that the knife's coming for your back eventually. What do you got to be doing when that's your reality? This. Looking over your shoulder, antsy, anxiety. You know the populace hates your goddamn guts. You either perform your job or you look over your shoulder all day. Any one of you rubes could just make a wrong turn one day and be dead. And you don't get their name. You can't go to court. The local authorities can't do jack shit. They whisk the murderer away like they've done every time. And you're fucking dead or injured permanently. They've done that to people too. Shot a woman 5 times. She's trying to get the footage released right now. And of course, they're fighting it because they don't want you to see the footage of them hitting her car and then shooting her 5 times. Because they hit her car. So yes, we're going to continue to have a mass police force, and everything you saw today, don't fall for the theater, son. Yes, some more people ended under the bus. There's another sycophant ready to take that paycheck and the glory. To get thrown under the bus in a few months or a year. Every time, baby, there's another worthless waste of oxygen waiting in line for their big chance to get to the lake. Because that's the only place they going, son. They were dead before they were born. Just like every mass Gestapo. So, Ron, unfortunately, yes, I already know the future, Ron. And that's not because of me. That's because of Christ and God the Father. They gave us this message in a book. I don't know how that works. But somehow it did because it's all coming fucking true. And I don't want it to, again, anyone watching this, I've said this a million times. I, I don't want this to be my reality right now or yours. I don't want that to be true. I don't want to be in the midst of that story. So yeah, we're going to have secret police. It'll just be someone else as the face of it because they've worn out the welcome of the other ones. And this happens with press secretaries as well with Donnie. Once their credibility is absolutely shot, where every sentence they say, everyone just assumes it's a lie. Once they're all wrung out and used up, right out the door, bring a new one in. Because you're not effective anymore because your credibility is all gone. He's done that to person after person after person after person. And there's always another one waiting in line to get thrown under the fucking bus mercilessly. And I was thinking as this happened to Bovino today, and he had to, Leon, we haven't even discussed Leon that in depth yet. The look on their face as they were in the White House, as they're getting interviews, they're getting on Fox News and the press every day. They're up giving press conferences at podiums. They're important. They're in the Reich. They part the family. They part the thing. They comfortable. You can see it on their face. They don't think they're going anywhere, son. Every one of them. Every time. A week later, a month, a year, 6 months, 3 months, they gone. Under the bus like fucking that. That's the beast. His essence, that's him. Just each person that comes into his orbit, uses them, brings them out, gone, next one. And there's always someone waiting. So yeah, the mass police force is going to continue. The whole plan's going to continue. Donnie did not give up. Leon did not give up. Greasy Pete Thale did not give up, and others. They got a plan, son. I watched a little clip of Pete Hegseth talking about that third temple going to be built. I believe it's before they won the election. He looks a little younger. Pete thinks he's a crusader, and he wants that temple to be built. And he's a white supremacist. Which is kind of strange because white supremacists hate Jews, but Pete's like a pseudo-Christian, so not a real one, of course. Rick Wilson, I can't believe what he said. What have I been calling Bovino? I've been calling him the Nazi Hobbit. I didn't take that from anybody. The title I gave him. Rick Wilson again. Greg Bovino is a Nazi. He leads the field operations of the American Gestapo, literally. He commands murderers and thugs, literally. Now he says if we call him those things, there will be, indeed, there will be consequences. He just said that today. Shit like that. You guys, again, you like being Nazis so much, it's obvious what you are. Why don't you like being called it, though? Oh, because then the masses might wake up and not want to take part. Fuck you, Dildo Baggins. Come at me, you twisted little scrub. The little scrub part I didn't read earlier. I stopped at Dildo Baggins and I was like, oh shit, Rick's on the same page I am. I'm calling him the Nazi Hobbit. He's calling him Dildo Baggins, and that's really creative. I like that, actually. That flows really well. It's almost Bilbo, too. It's like very close. Dildo Baggins. And Bilbo Baggins, if you don't know, is the main hobbit who bears the burden of the ring. All the way from the Shire to Mount Doom or whatever it's called. So he's like, you know, the main character, I guess you could say, kind of. Dildo Baggins. TikTok is cooked. Our TikTok US videos went from tens of thousands to 0. Now everyone knows how I feel. All these big accounts. This is the Tennessee Holler. They're on Twitter. They're everywhere. And obviously they had a TikTok. Obviously they were getting thousands of views. And I believe them. They're a rather good account. I wasn't on TikTok because, as you people know, they threw me the fuck off in a month. I lasted a month, son. And I did 2 parody videos, one in a Southern accent, one in an English accent, I believe. And I just talked about the state of the world, that's all. Whole account down. And the reason they did it is I finally got traction. They started to get a few thousand views. So either the mob saw that, because I had some Cornell vids on there too, and they were waiting to see if I got traction and make their move, or TikTok themselves because of the political stuff I was saying. If I was in China and I said that stuff, I would have been fucking executed. I'm not kidding. That's when the Chinese ran it. They threw me off. And I didn't even want to be on TikTok. It's just what I got to do. I get thrown off everywhere I go. People are really scared of me talking. And I don't know why. I'm just, I'm nobody. Why are you so scared? I know why. I know why. So even when the Chinese owned it, it was a worthless propaganda arm for the most part, but some of these larger liberal accounts were able to stay on for some reason. Maybe because they brought people to the site. I don't know. Me, I got 2,000 views and they shit they pants. No strikes, no, just account gone. You make a new account, what happens? You expect to be on a lower tier, but still get some interaction with the website, right? I explained the whole thing to you people. Nope, I got 0. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. 0. Just like these people. And on TikTok, you get 500 views, 400, 300 by accident just from scrolling. People scrolling by it. The website's set up, to make you feel like you're getting somewhere when you're really not. People are just scrolling. But these 2 vids that I did in the accent, people noticed. And I knew they would eventually. They'd notice me. The people on the website, I mean. Not that run it. And those motherfuckers panicked. Either the mob or the political machine part. And when I made my new account, just like I told you, like I explained to you before, when it happened, they keep you in a little corner of the website. You are not rotated at all. Not a human on the planet will see your videos. It's the new thing the websites do, because if they throw a bunch of people off en masse, then there's a lawsuit. And they lose. So they still give you access to the website. You're just in a corner. You never get circulated. Not one human being will ever see your shit. Unless you go outside the website and direct people to it. You might get 5 views. I'm not kidding. I'm hearing person after person today say New American TikTok. And this was the point of it. Any left liberal account, gone, or no. Just like I said, they don't throw you off. They just put you in a corner where your shit's not circulated. That's the new website trick. So they don't get the shit sued out of them in court by a million people. Now it's happened to big accounts like Tennessee Holler, Jessica Burbank, and people that were at home there. And they're making a little money. Nick's never allowed to make money wherever he goes. Oh, no. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? I don't know. What, am I turning into Donnie shitbags here? So Tennessee Holler, again, that's a big account. They're used to getting thousands of views on their vids. They're legitimate. I like their account on Twitter. down to goose egg. I mean, that's just blatant. Just what they did to me when I explained it to you. You probably thought I was bullshitting. Now it's happening to real accounts. I would have been a real account. Here, too, I probably would have had 1 million followers by now. You know what they did to me. You saw it all. Shut down about 19 times. And the point of that is to ruin your possible career. And that's what they did to me. And defame me. But no time to sue. It's the apocalypse. So I had to let that go. Oh, the adjudicated criminal Google. I noticed today there's some headlines about Europe replacing certain aspects of your business in Europe because they can't have American companies anymore over there because they know they're going to be at war with America eventually. They know it. So they're going to make another thing to replace X. They're investigating Leon right now. They'll probably ban his shit in Europe. Then they'll put their website up for people to use. I think it's called Monet or something. I can't remember. They'll get rid of any American companies that have major infrastructure access, like Google and all that. They can't rely on any American company now because they know we're going to be at war at some point in the near future. So they can't have American companies holding them hostage. So Google about to lose a shit ton more money. Couldn't have happened to nicer criminals. And don't get mad at me, Google. Remember when I did that video, Google? On my 8th channel, because you've banned like 9 of my channels over the years. Because you're cunts. Remember when I pointed out you were adjudicated a criminal and then you put a strike on my channel you weren't even let me use the next day? You threw a tantrum, $1 trillion company. You remember that? For a guy getting 40 views on his 9th channel that you ruined and defamed after working with the mob, colluding, if you will. Do you remember that? That's the effect I have on people, son. And I'm talking to the audience right now. That's why I get banned when I get 2,000 views. People shit they pants. You know what they say to themselves? The mob, Google, TikTok, Facebook. You know what they say to themselves? This motherfucker gonna get famous. We cannot let that happen. Every single time, every single place I go. So one more time, TikTok is utterly useless now. And that was the point. They've bought up all the social media. We've watched them do it over this 10 years. They've bought the TV channels, all the right-wing grift machine, and the evil people, Vlad, the Saudis, all these people. We've watched them get the TV channels. Almost all of them they have now. Now TikTok's over, unless you're a right-wing hack taking Russian money. Then you can broadcast all day. I have more info on this. Let me just move forward here. This is Jessica Tarloff saying Gnome Bovino are in trouble. And the reason she's saying that is because Donnie put this post up earlier today. I'm sending Tom Homan to Minnesota tonight. When I read this, when I heard about this first thing in the morning, I laughed. I'm like, yeah, Tom, the misery that is Tom Homan, who takes bags of fucking cash. Yeah, he's the answer to this situation. He's such a even-tempered guy. He has not been involved in that area, but knows and likes many of the people. Tom is tough, but fair and will report directly to me. I'm not going to read anymore. A major investigation is going on with respect to the massive $20 billion. There's no fraud. The Minnesota people didn't commit fraud. That's all made up bullshit. There was one case. It was adjudicated under Biden. It's over. This is just the lie so he can continue his attack on Minnesota and his attack on this country. Additionally, the DOJ Congress are looking at Congresswoman, that's in quotes, Ilhan Omar, who left Somalia with nothing. That was worth $44 million. Last week, she was worth $30 million, according to the orange thief in charge. Now all of a sudden this week, Ilhan's worth 44 million. She ain't worth 30. She ain't worth 44. You people are all liars. You're destined for the lake, and so's your orange bitch. I'm sorry. Ilhan ain't the evil one, son. I know you think she is. I know you want her to be. She's not. You are. And you know who I'm talking to. And your diapered Antichrist, of course. So even though he says Tom's going and they do this shit to Bovino and they might fire Noam and bring someone else in, he's still going for the jugular here. He's trying to lock up a congresswoman that did do nothing wrong, lying about her fucking wealth, her financial situation. Because again, last week it was 30 million. Now it's 44 all of a sudden. I mean, that's Donnie level grifting. She ain't doing that. I know that for certain. So it's all still going forward. Don't let none of this shit that happened today fool you. As funny and as wonderful as it is, don't let it fool you, son. You heard what I just read you. He's still coming for people. This Reich ain't over. This apocalypse ain't over. I wish it was. So send it in, Tom Hope. Tom Bags of Cash Homan. Keith Oberman. Correct. With no explanations, TikTok has throttled or frozen individual videos criticizing ICE and simply disabled entire accounts, whether the video pertains to ICE or not, and not even offered spurious explanations or notices. This is David Levitt. TikTok has begun censoring anti-Trump, anti-ICE content. I mean, this is just blatant in-our-face censorship. I thought you right-wingers weren't about that. Oh, that's right. You don't actually believe in anything. You just want all the freedoms and privileges for yourself, and you want everyone else subjugated by you. That's not going to work well for you. That'll last about a minute. And then the man going to turn you all into mush. Pea soup, but red. I'm not kidding. I wish I was. So they just went on a rampage with straight censorship. Liberal, just like in 1930s Germany, liberalism is being outlawed. You're watching it happen in real time. Dissent is being outlawed. That's why liberalism is being outlawed. First move Adolf Hitler did, get rid of the liberals. You're watching that happen here. Less and less places, non-cult members can speak out. Have you noticed? And they ain't hiding it, and they don't care anymore. They just blanket censoring. The Nazi Hobbit or Dildo Baggins. I believe these are from yesterday, though. There's a couple clips I missed, but they're important. Bovino openly says that we are never learning the identity of the murderer because that would be doxing. No, it isn't. You're public servants. Your name should be public. He says he has already gotten the agent out of Minnesota. You mean whisk the murderer away? That's what you mean. Just like they did with Fat Fuck Johnny. He put him back on the job. He's part of an extensive open criminal cover-up. Yep. Bovino straight up told us today or yesterday, you'll never get that name. Got away with murder, scot-free. Nothing anyone can do about it. Thanks to that little Nazi Hobbit cunt. Okay, this was brilliant. I mean, fucking brilliant. And it starts off with this. It's a video, and the commenter is Jay in Kiev. First Italians brought us the Renaissance. Now this. Europe just keeps getting better and better. And what this person did, and this is kind of the opening to the video, what you can't see is next to that shrub line is a pile of feces. And what the video is a guy. The video opens with him sitting there, and he's got this sheet of little Donny faces, and they're about the size of a stamp. So you can cut them with scissors, and each little square is a Donny face, a picture of him. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? What is this, Donny stamp? What the fuck is this? So he then proceeds, he takes a toothpick, and then he folds the Donny face over the toothpick like a little flag. But it's a Donny face. And he walks out to the neighborhood and finds little piles of shit, dog shit, whatever. And he plants the little toothpick and Donny picture in the various piles of shit around town. Cat shit, dog shit, whatever. Only the Antichrist would inspire that kind of hatred, wouldn't it? Donnie's got to be the Antichrist. Motherfucker putting little Donnie shit flags all around the neighborhood. I mean, he's got to be the Antichrist, right? Right, son? And that's some... How do you think up something like that? That wouldn't occur to me in a million fucking years. And I love it. I think it's fucking hilarious. Could you imagine the neighborhood, whatever, city worker or whatever, who goes around cleaning those little piles of shit, and every time he goes to a pile of shit, he sees a little Donny face. Woo! And here's what one looks like. This is real, son. This is real piles of shit around this neighborhood that he was planting the little Donny faces. Here's another one. This is some shit by the shrub line laying on the sidewalk. Oh my God. There are geniuses out there, boy. Back to the Nazi hobbit here, Dildo Baggins. One day after the brutal execution of V hospital nurse Alex Preddy, Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino threatens Minneapolis residents that there are consequences for vilifying law enforcement. You know what, midget? We'll say whatever the fuck we want about law enforcement. And I'll say it when you're standing there, too. Damn the consequences, son. Don't be Nazis, don't be murderers, and we won't say it. But I know you're running a Nazi playbook. You need to herd us in a direction. And I know. I know you think you're smart, too. That's why you're under the goddamn bus. I know the plan. Many of us do out here. It's quite obvious what you people are and the playbook you're using. So this attempt to stop Americans who've never lived under fascism from calling you a fucking punk-ass bitch, Nazi, murderer, never gonna work. Not until you get the drones and the wearables in place to where, a drone can come kill you immediately when you say something wrong. Maybe then it'll start working, but we have a ways till we get there. So Mr. Bovino, there's some things going around about his father. He killed a woman or killed someone in a drunk DUI. So he's a murderer, just like his son. And there's this other thing. Someone went to school with Mr. Bovino. And here's a picture. of the Nazi Hobbit. Isn't he cute? I wonder who he went to the prom with. And a person knew him in high school. This dude went to my high school in the 80s. The teachers have gone on Facebook and just roasted him. And I quote, he got caught jacking off to Nat Geo in the stairwell. In high school, my God, that would be so embarrassing. And even if it was teachers that caught you, you know they would tell everyone. Oh my God, that would spread like fucking wildfire. It'd be a horror. Your life would be ruined in high school. Not that he probably had much of one going, but still. Can you imagine being a young man getting caught pleasuring yourself in a stairwell to Nat Geo? To African tribal women. That usually aren't very attractive, let's be honest. They, in their defense, let me say this, they don't live very easy lives. They're tribal peoples, no modern conveniences. You know what I'm saying? Very hard life. And I'm going to take a break for a moment. You ponder Mr. Bovino doing things in stairwells. And ponder someone in Great Britain or Europe somewhere putting little Donnie shit flags all around the neighborhood. Think about that and discuss. Okay. Ooh, it's one of them chilly nights down here in Florida. Ain't used to this shit no more. All right. Okay, Donnie announcing in a post today I didn't take this very seriously. He's just talking about how he had a conversation with Tim Waltz. Tim Waltz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call. We actually seem to be on a similar wavelength. Yeah, right. The Antichrist and the nicest guy in the world, Tim Waltz. Woo. Donnie's lucky I ain't governor, son. Woo. I'd be talking huge shit. And decorum would be the least of my concerns in this moment called the apocalypse, because I know exactly what that fat orange cunt is, even if you don't, son. I would have I would have Tom Homan call him, and that what we are looking for are any and all criminals that they have in their possession. The governor understood that. I will be speaking to him in the near. I'm not going to read the rest. There's a little bit more. It's you can't really take that seriously. The plan didn't stop. The plan didn't go away. I hope you understand that. Then we had Miss Levitt. They called an emergency Skeletor up there. Getting that pregnancy weight going. So she's dressing a little darker to try and hide that. That's okay. Let's be clear about the circumstances which led to the moment on Saturday. This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. That would be Democratic again. But that Democrat word works on the rubes. That's why they dumb themselves down and say it. No, again, the Reich, the murderers, the people that sent the murderers with instructions to murder out to our cities. And that's obvious what they told these people. One of the memos leaked about them just break into people's houses. Don't worry about it. Just don't copy this memo and don't talk about it and look at it quick and hand it back. No, the resistance isn't the problem. The masked murderers terrorizing the city, kidnapping people, shooting parts of little girls' hands off, kidnapping 5-year-olds, macing babies, gassing babies. That's the problem. And that's why you will all burn anyone who preaches it, anyone who takes part. Every single one. Lest you turn away, pull a Paul the Apostle. After persecuting Christians at sword point, becoming the 13th disciple, the 13th apostle. Unless you do that, which I can't see that in your future. So no, it's not about any hostile resistance. It's the hostile guys in masks murdering people, kidnapping 5-year-olds, shooting small Latin women in the hand and ruining their hand for the rest of their life. Turning Minneapolis into a war zone intentionally. Because Donald Trump is the Antichrist. And you don't have to believe it, don't worry. He'll prove it to you. Again, like I've told you so many times before, that's the best thing about this apocalypse thing. I don't have to convince you. The horrors that take place in front of your eyes will convince you. Hopefully it's not too late by the time you're convinced. Skeletor again. I got a bunch of clips from her because she was lying her fucking ass off. This is a question. Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller labeled Preddy a domestic terrorist. Does Trump agree? That's why you should sue Preddy family right now. I hope you're talking to a lawyer right now. He wants to let the facts in the investigation lead itself, really, because Donnie was right out on top of it, talking about the gun and the ammo and smearing the guy. Like, I'm talking like before he even took his last breath. Will Stephen Miller be apologizing to the family of Alex Preddy for calling him an assassin despite the fact that this is still under investigation? When I read this, I said, oh shit, the press ain't fucking around today. They got Skeletor back on her heels. You know how I know that? You know how I know how badly this went? They got rid of Bovino at the end of the day. They wanted to see how all this will play. They brought in the emergency, the one that still has credibility, right, Miss Levitt? The fuck out of here. She's the biggest liar of them all. She'd say the sky is purple if Donnie told her to or expected it. And I ain't fucking kidding. So when I saw this question, I'm like, damn, the press got their teeth out today. Uh-oh. This ain't going good. Levitt, look, this incident remains under investigation. She said more than that, but, she didn't really have an answer for that. ABC, Noam and Preddy committed an act of domestic terrorism. Stephen Miller labeled him a domestic terrorist. Does the president agree? Levitt, I have not heard the president characterize Mr. Preddy in that way. I have. A bunch of times. Then the footage came out and everyone panicked. Skeletor again. Does the president believe Second Amendment rights remain in effect even when protesting? Just not for liberals. And that's been the right-wing gospel since before I was born, by the way. That's not new. Now you just get the chance to kill liberals, what you've been dreaming of when you were shooting your dummy, when you wrote like Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi on the dummy in your backyard and you were shooting it. Now you get your chance. That's what you people have wanted all this time. That's one of the things I've been trying to say for years as well. And it's obvious. I've been around you people before. They're all around me. I see MAGA people all around. I hear them talk. I see the Punisher stickers. I see it all, son. You people have murder in your heart, and you've been taught by your elders for several generations now. Liberals are of the devil, and it's okay to kill them. Meanwhile, do you know who was of the devil the entire time, son? I mean every second. You. You were being preached an inverted gospel. And you soaked it up like a sponge, so'd your daddy, so'd your granddaddy, since 1945. And that's why your country's over. Because you weren't smart enough not to fall for it. And you couldn't think for yourself. And you let the hatred override the logic. Especially you farmers. My God. The president supports the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding American citizens. Absolutely. So she's trying to say he wasn't law-abiding. Yes, he was. He even pulled a pistol. They're lucky I wasn't there. And I had a concealed carry. Those guys wouldn't have gotten near me. Because I know what they're capable of. And they killed him anyway. Did you notice that? Even though he didn't fight. Shot him 10 goddamn times. If he would have pulled the pistol and started shooting, he would have died the same way. You realize that's what you've told the public, right? Too late now. You've already said it. You've already told them that by your actions. Oh, well. No, Donnie doesn't believe in the Second Amendment. Neither do any of you. You want the guns, and you want to shoot liberals with them. That's your existence. That's the Reich. Because liberals are the last stumbling block between freedom and full Reich. Same as 1932, 33. Same thing. That's why the right-wing grift machine been preaching to you since 1945 that the Nazis were socialists, liberals. Nope, they were you, son. Just like you. And you will meet the same fate that the Nazis met. Much worse, actually, because the man directly will be dealing with you. And you don't want that, son. Oh my God, you don't want that. You think the devil is horrifying, scary, tough? No, horror is the wrath of God. There is no horror greater. You don't want to experience it. Levitt throws Bovino under the bus. Mr. Bovino is a wonderful man and he's a great professional. He is very much going to continue CBP throughout and across the country. Mr. Holman will be the main point of contact on the ground in Minneapolis. In other words, Bovino's out. Under the bus, and boy, did Bovino, he walked around with the Nazi jackets. He did the photo ops. He did it all. He was so comfortable. Did you notice? He thought he was going to be there forever. Under the goddamn bus. Is it the White House's position that Americans have the right to show up to these ICE operations and film, document, or protest the law enforcement actions? Levitt, all Americans have First Amendment constitutional right, of course, but no, there's no but. We don't need the rest. And again, you right-wing people and your Reich and all the Reichs prior, full of your people. You want freedom, you want rights, you don't want liberals or people that are different than you to have freedom and rights. You've always been that. And that's what she's saying here again. That's what the but is. No, there is no but. Every American, no matter what color, what they believe, whatever, has a right to film ICE, call them cunts, whatever you want to do. That's what our country used to be. You had the freedom to do that. That's no longer. And again, first they'll persecute the liberals, then it's everybody, son. It will come to your door in some way, shape, or form. Every single one of you, no matter how much you laughing it up now. The Nazis were laughing it up till 1945. Till the Russians came in and raped every woman they saw. Quite brutally, by the way, son. And you think that was bad, what the Russians did to the Germans? Again, wait till you see what the man does to you, boy. All Americans have First Amendment constitutional right, of course, but no, there is no but. That's the problem with the Reich. That's the problem with you. And that's why your country's over. And it's never coming back. The American empire has fallen. It is over. Just like Rome was. Levitt, he still has confidence and trust in Secretary Noem. They must have asked if they're getting rid of Noem, and he's considering it. They already considered getting rid of her, I don't know, a few months ago, if you remember. NBC, why did administration officials jump to conclusions on Preddy before an investigation had ever been conducted? Levitt, this has obviously been a very fluid and fast-moving situation. Yeah, I know. You guys jumped right out before his body was even cold and smeared the living fuck out of him and lied your asses off. So, yeah, your lies were very fast and fluid. I agree, Miss Levitt. You're starting to tell the truth. I dig it. NBC, why did... Oh, wait, I already read that one. That was twice. Okay, Levitt again. Nobody in the White House, including Trump, wants to see people getting hurt or killed in America's streets. Let me stop right there. Look. Again, it doesn't matter if you believe this. I'm trying to drop some knowledge on you to help you, okay? For free. I'm not trying to sell you snake oil. I'm not throwing commercials in your face. Donnie is the Antichrist. He is pure evil, and you should know that by now, by what you've seen. He wants people to die. He wants people to suffer. Evil does not make sense. Don't try and make sense of it. He is here to ruin. He is here to start wars. He is here to steal. He is here to murder. You've witnessed several public executions. I told you that way in advance, didn't I, son? Again, there will be more formal public executions in the future. These are just the early ones. Literally. And they were instructed to do things like this. It's the point. It's not an accident. It's not a mistake. It's the point of the men in masks on your streets. It's to alter America forever. It's working already, by the way. Got a lot of people terrified. They need it to get like Nazi Germany, where you don't critique your leader. You don't critique the government. If you do, you die. Your son reports you, your neighbor, your wife, your friend, your coworker. Your mother reports you. Or if you're out on the street protesting, you get executed like they do in Russia or China or North Korea. That's what they are, not they, Donnie is attempting to turn your country into a Nazi Reich. That's simple. So, whenever they make these statements after they literally murder several people in front of us, that President Trump doesn't want to see anyone get hurt or killed, that's an abject lie. He is the Antichrist. He is utterly of the devil. That's what he's here for people to die. I told you what this was in the beginning, right? Death. Pure fucking death. That's what Donnie is. 2 public executions. They tried to kill a third woman, shot 5 times, yet she lived. Would have been 3. And she's fighting tooth and nail to get that footage released, even though it's traumatic for her. Who the fuck wants the world to see them get shot 5 times? No one. But she's doing it for who? For us. So we can see it. I have a feeling they'll never let it out. Because it'll just add another 5 notches to the fucking rage people got in them right now. This includes Renee Good, Alex Preddy. Nope, those men were instructed to do those things. Kill people, intimidate people, pepper spray people. Go out and do whatever you want. You have, according to the ghoul, absolute immunity. That means you know before you deploy the force. When you say they have absolute immunity, when you proceed with that concept based on or you apply that concept to a bunch of masked men with machine guns, you wouldn't need the absolute immunity concept, right? Unless your intention when you sent the men out was to murder, rape, steal, intimidate, terrorize, kidnap, tell people you're going to end up like the lesbian. I've seen those clips as well. The Gestapo using that when people film them, yell things at them. You better stop obstructing. You're going to end up like the lesbian. They use it as an example to intimidate. I've seen the videos. Again, the point was to kill certain types of people. That's why Fat Fuck Johnny filmed his murder. Why do you think he whipped the phone out? Why do you think he hit record? Because he knew he was going to shoot her. That's why. He wanted to capture it so he could show all his buddies in 4chan and get $1 million from cunts that are going to burn. So no, Donnie does want to see those 2 people die and many, many more. He sent the men out to do it. Why do you think he's been in hiding for several days? He knows how hot this is. The brave men and women of law enforcement and the many Americans who have been victimized by illegal alien criminals. All I see are Americans being victimized by the Gestapo, by the Reich. I'm not seeing illegal aliens do shit to people. The masked men with machine guns, though, they just executed 2 American citizens right on the street. I haven't seen too many illegal aliens just execute Americans right on the street on camera. Within a month, I've seen the Reich execute 2 people. And they tried to execute that other woman a month or 2 ago. Sorry, the talking points aren't working anymore. Not like they ever did. It is President Trump's hope and wish and demand for the resistance and chaos to end today. The resistance to murder, rape, kidnapping, terrorizing? Never. I don't think it'll ever end in America. Local police must assist federal law enforcement. No, there's no assistance necessary. You're executing people on the street. The cops have nothing to do with it. Neither does the governor. You're just murderers, that's all. You're the problem. You're the murderers. No one else. If Governor Walz and Mayor Frey implement these common sense cooperative measures, CBP will not be needed to support ICE on the ground in Minnesota. You know what she means? If you give us the voter information that we want. Like the extortion letter said from Miss Bondi, that's what she's talking about. That's the cooperation, cooperative measures she's talking about. The open borders agenda of Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, and the Democrats was already on the ballot on November 5th, and it was resoundingly rejected. Tim Walz has never been in charge of the border. And again, little children, I'm so sick of this theater with the border. Every single president in my entire lifetime and before that, they all left the border open because we needed the labor. And I see 100 MAGA contractors down here a day with a crew of Mexicans. So fuck you. Farmers too, every one of you using Mexican labor or south of the border labor to pick your crops because no American working for your goddamn slave wages, son. Yet you vote to have them deported. It's amazing. I've noticed Donnie's starting to leave the farms alone, though, now. I guess Haggard Brooke Rollins must have had a talk with him. Now they're going straight for the liberal cities, terrorizing them. No, it wasn't resoundingly rejected. And Kamala Harris and Tim Walz had nothing to do with the border. The border's been open since before I was born, no matter who the president is. And here's the thing about that comment. See, the right keeps making comments like that. Look at the squirrel. Look, Kamala, black lady. Liberal, Tim Walz, Somalian fraud. What's that got to do with murder, cunt? With the tic-tac nose. What do your talking points? What do illegal aliens have to do with executing American citizens on the fucking street? I don't give a fuck about Tim Walz or Kamala Harris. I give a fuck about the masked cunts and the cunts who sent them, murdering U.S. citizens and attacking American cities. And you all know you're doing it. In other words, I don't give a fuck about the squirrel. I give a fuck about the murderer in the mask. And again, you murderers in the mask, you just told the whole world that whether you pull the pistol or not, we're still going to kill you. So that may come back to haunt you one day, son. Aaron Rupar. If Tom Kavabag Homan is your emergency crisis comms guy, you're fucked. Right. Like Tom is some fucking ray of sunshine or something. Tom's a fat, fucking grizzled old alcoholic who takes bags of fucking cash in back alleys. My God. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get it all cleared up. Sending that fucking fat bag of misery to come fix this situation. Yeah, okay. Ellison, this is a Minnesota official on News Nation at a press conference. The Pam Bondi letter reveals what this is all about. This is not about fraud. It's not about immigration. It's certainly not about law enforcement. It's about handing over documents of the state of Minnesota, private information, including voting information, to the federal government. Then they wouldn't have to send ICE in, get you people all riled up, where you come out and protest. Then they know you're a liberal, you're not down with the right, so they can target you that way. If they have the list, then they got your name, your address, they got everything. They don't need ICE no more. Now they come just right on your door. You know when they do the mass arrests and shit, or the mass murder, or whatever they got planned? Mass roundups. Yes, Bondi gave the game away that what they really want is that target list, son. Then they'll leave. Trump is sending the guy who took a $50,000 bribe in a restaurant takeout bag to Minnesota to fight corruption. Yep. And we all know Tom took the money because it's on tape. Isn't that great? It's not even disputable. I can say it right to his lawyer's fucking face, and they won't do jack shit about it. Because Discovery will show a videotape, and Tom will be fucked. This was good. It's a video. 2 dudes in Maine, because ICE is in Maine now, because the Gestapo is in Maine. Going to terrorize that liberal area now. And it looked like this. One guy has a mustache and beard. Didn't look that old. And there was another guy, I believe. There was 2 of them. And I guess they figured since they're in a new town, new area, and the government's paying the bill, why don't we go have a few drinks at a local bar? Big mistake. I don't know how people found out, but they found probably because they just knew they weren't from the area. It's probably like a more rural area or something. And everybody knows everybody and knows that, especially at the bars. They know every person that walks in. If you live in any rural area, any rural bar, every person in that bar knows everyone who's going to walk in. So someone they don't recognize, that does really stand out. And you got to question, why are they there? Oh, yeah, ICE is in our state. I don't know how they found out. These two men were at a bar. They're ICE agents or Gestapo. Somehow some people in the bar found out. And all you see on the footage is the two men, basically mostly the guy with the beard and mustache, walking briskly in the snow away from the bar. And the guy filming or a guy following them, they're from Arkansas. They're here to wreak terror. Maybe he just started talking to him. Maybe he pretended he was MAGA. I don't know. And the guy he starts yelling to the entire neighborhood as they're walking briskly the fuck out of there. And they don't have their masks. They're in plain clothes. So you can see their face. Now their faces are on camera for the whole world to see. And this guy was just cursing them the fuck out. Get the fuck out of our town. You're scum. You're pieces of shit. Get the fuck out of here. It was bad. And the two dudes were walking and they weren't saying shit. Because they know if you're caught out in public and people find out you're Gestapo, you might not make it home that night. That's why those guys weren't saying nothing and just walking. And, you know, I could tell it was really bothering the guy, too. And look, man, you sell your soul, you turncoat on your fellow citizens. What the fuck do you think's going to happen if they find out who you are? Do you think you're going to be welcome in society? Not that you care. You're ruining your life is what you're doing. Schwarzenegger talked about it. His father and his father's friends who came back from the war into Austria, they fought for the Germans. They were ashamed. They were drunks. Society hated them. That's you, Gestapo. That's you, Doge people, too. No one will forget you people. You will be despised for the rest of your days, however long that lasts. If we find out who you are. And your life will be ruined. That's what you've done. I hope the money was worth it. Now this guy's face is all over the fucking internet. Got some great close-ups of him. That's the kind of reception you people are going to get once all your names are out there. And that list that got put out that the Russians hacked, someone put it out on a website, 45,000 names of Gestapo agents. It was up for a little bit. The Russians fucking got it. They hacked it, destroyed it, got it taken down. But people screenshotted it and people filmed it. And they've been posting it. So a lot of your names are already out there. I hope it was worth it. Breaking: days after the U.S. took over majority ownership of TikTok, the word Epstein has been censored. I saw about 5 of these today. That little red exclamation point. Even if it's a direct message and not even a post. If you write the word Epstein, it wouldn't let you proceed, and it would show you that the Epstein word is the word that's against policy. Now, you have to ask yourself, this happened over and over. This isn't bullshit. This was intentional, and yes, they did it. I've seen multiple screenshots of this today. We must ask ourselves the question, well, who are they trying to help with getting rid of that Epstein word off of TikTok, getting rid of that subject off of TikTok? Who are they trying to help? Oh, well, that would be Donnie Shitbags. Literally. That's how bad it is now. You can't even say Epstein on TikTok. This message may be in violation of our community guidelines, has not been sent to protect our community. If you believe this is a mistake, let us know so we can review this along with recent messages. Just the word Epstein. That's all they withheld from their community. Now you know why Donnie was so involved in the deal. Sure, he took a percentage as well. Breaking: TikTok users are fleeing to a new Australian app called Upscrolled after Larry Ellison purchased the platform. Upscrolled is developed by a man of Palestinian origin. Yes, I heard about this today. I immediately went to the website because I wanted to see what it was like. I've been checking different websites over the years to see if any of them are remotely worth anything, worth my time. And TikTok was okay for a minute until I got thrown off. I got to reach some people. But TikTok as a website is horrible. I hate the videos. I hate the people pointing up like this with the shitty flashing screen behind the shitty, grainy footage. The footage is low quality. The sound is terrible. It's tinny as fuck. My God. It's like, ugh. It makes me cringe how tinny and shitty it is. It's a horrible website. Just for that reason, just the basic function of it, how it sounds, how it looks, horrible. TikTok. I never wanted to be on it. I only did it because I'm censored everywhere. And then they threw me off, of course, in a month. So I went to the site. I took a look at it quickly. I made an account. I did a quick couple videos. I don't know how long of a video you can put on that website. I did a quick Google search. Can you live stream? It said yes, but I'm not sure that's actually true. It might not be. New websites, usually you can't live stream right away because it's much more complex than just recording a video and uploading it. The website's very beautiful looking. It's like a mixture of Twitter and Instagram, and the pictures are very big and they look very clear and high def and beautiful. The layout of the website's nice. The audio's gorgeous for doing a video on your phone, listening it back on your phone. I was like, wow. I didn't even use a dampener. And it sounded good. The video's beautiful. That site could go places. It's the first site where I said, you know what? I like this. I like it better than Twitter. The way it looks and functions. Again, I don't know how long a video. I think I put up like a 5-minute one today or something. So, it's enough time. Whatever time they give you, obviously, is enough time to make some type of point. So I think I'll use that for like emergencies. I'll use it for like during the day if I want to do quick little videos and just make a point. I have to be honest though about the website. There's a lot of anti-Israel stuff because a Muslim man or a man of Palestinian origin who lived in Australia made the site for that reason. He wants the Palestinian people to have a voice. He wants the Muslim world to have a voice. I get that. I'm just letting you know what to expect when you go there. There's all kind of other accounts too, but there's really no one major on there that I know of yet. All the people I like on Twitter, my whole news feed, they are not there. But I like the website a lot. And I think it's going to end TikTok. It got to up to like number 2 on downloads. It'll end American TikTok probably. Or it'll just make it worthless. Not like they're trying to turn a profit though. But they don't want to lose too much money running it. They don't want it to become a money pit. So right now TikTok is worthless. Kind of like Leon's grok is worthless. He's Nazified grok, so that makes it a worthless tool. TikTok has been right complianted right from the bat, right off the bat. So if you say Epstein, that will get censored and you'll probably get your account taken down. If you say something the Reich doesn't like, your account probably will come down instantly. Um, if I got thrown off in a month in Chinese ass censored ass G land when they were running it, I'll probably get thrown off of this version of TikTok in about zero point 0.3 seconds. So I don't even know if I'm going to bother. But that upscrolled website, I like it. And I'm on there, and what name did I pick? Oh, Nicholas 6. Niklus number 6. My original name, my original channel here. Now I'm 9 channels in. So that website, out of all the ones I've tried over the years and thought about using for a minute, best one by far. And my God, compared to TikTok, oh my God, it's just a million times better. And I personally like the way it functions and looks a little better than Twitter. That's saying a lot for someone who just launched it, man. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I lost connection. And if I don't take the phone off its holster when it loses connection, and it just kind of just stays in a loop sometimes. All right, I got to find where I was. I forget what I was about to say. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I like the website. I think it has the most potential out of all the ones I've tried, and I could see myself really using and liking that one. But you have to expect there's a lot of Palestine versus Israel sentiment going on there at that place. Reminds me the most of like Instagram, but it even looks nicer than that. Uh, I'll probably just use it to make shorter videos, just to make one point. Uh, that way people don't have to watch for 2 hours. And so I'll be there for emergencies, and I'll be there doing different things than I do here. Shorter videos, probably more accent stuff. Short British accent presentations, shit like that. About the paradigm, because the people there don't know about it yet. Not that anyone will see my videos there. But, I'll do it anyway. Oh, this is why I hate you. Right here. And you know who I'm talking to. This is the other lawyer, Mr. Lee, Eric Lee. Aaron Reichlin is the lawyer. This is the other lawyer. A drawing made today by a 5-year-old girl at Dilley Detention Center and member of the El Gamal family. Mom and 5 kids detained for almost 8 months. This child turned 5 in detention and has spent almost 20% of her life in jail. Let us go is in quotes. I am 5 years old is written at the top. Let us go is written over the little stick figures at the bottom. And a little child drew an expression of their life, what they're going through, what their life is, like little children would do. And what their life is the whole family is in a goddamn cage and they won't let them out. Children, 5 years old. This is the picture. Obviously, the child's trying to draw the bars and the whole family behind bars. At the top of the picture, it says, "I'm 5 years old." At the bottom, over the people's heads, it says, "Let us out." This is why you will burn? This is why I despise you. Jake Tapper talking to a guy named Simon. I assume he's a Minnesota official. They're asking for voter roll info after the death of Alex Preddy. What was it like to see that letter? It was really deeply disturbing. Literally hours after the second killing of a citizen in Minneapolis by ICE agents, there's a ransom note. That's a Minnesota official saying that. That was the Reich's response to the two murders, or the murder. We got him on the ropes. Let's send him a note. He gives us the info. We leave. Everybody's happy. That's what you're dealing with. They've murdered two people in the last month. American citizens, right on camera in front of us all. Whisk the murderers away. That was first priority to safety. Absolute immunity. Then they say, oh, we haven't done enough evil yet. Now that we've got them on the ropes, an American city that we literally attacked and murdered several people and terrorized and kidnapped. Let's send the big letter and demand the information that we really want. Again, you must understand what you're dealing with. These people will not change. They will never be good. They are abject, vile evil. And for every horror we find out about, there's 10 behind the scenes we don't know about. No, this is not the same as the Biden administration or any other administration ever since this country began. The closest thing to it is George Bush Jr., but it's still not the same. This is much worse. So after they murder someone, they decide we got the city on the ropes, we got the governor on the ropes. Let's send them a letter saying we want that info, and then we'll leave, and you'll look good, and we'll look good, and everybody will be happy. I had to try it for myself. TikTok is now censoring even mentioning Epstein in a direct message. Why would Larry Ellison be so worried about someone even speaking his name? This is another screenshot. Same thing. The word Epstein with the exclamation point, saying this may violate our community guidelines. So we had to hide it, keep it away from our community, because we are keeping the community safe as we take Russian money, as we spout lies and propaganda and censor everyone who is not Reich compliant. The same way the adjudicated criminal Google is looking out for our safety as they allow the mob to deploy bots against us and threaten us and insult women and talk about a dead man, disparage a dead man, make fun of how he died. Remember that? That was the adjudicated criminal Google keeping us safe, remember? Just like TikTok is keeping everyone safe by banning the word Epstein. I wonder why they would do that. Because Donald Trump's a pedophile, that's why. And I'll say it to his lawyer. Because Donnie never sues for that. Ever. Border Patrol official who led crackdown is expected to leave Minnesota. That's the New York Times. And the Nazi Hobbit, I assume, because he was walking around quite comfortable. I bet he never thought he'd see a headline like that. They all think they're going to be in the Reich forever. They're going to be the star of the Reich forever. They're the apple of Donnie's eye. They're doing all the evil things Donnie's telling them to do. But then it gets too hot, and someone must be the sacrifice. Isn't it interesting that the Nazi Hobbit himself is a sacrifice? I find that fascinating. DHS spokesperson with an update, Tricia McLaughlin. I heard McLaughlin got put out today, too. I'm not sure about that, though. So you have McLaughlin here freaking out because she sees Bovino about to get thrown the fuck out of the picture here. Chief Greg Bovino has not been relieved of his duties, as press sec stated from the White House podium. The commander at large is a key part of the president's team and a great American. Really? Because it sounds like he's retiring. Nick Sorter then says, there is no longer a commander at large of the U.S. Border Patrol. The position has been eliminated. He got demoted. You know what comes after demotion? Retiring. So she sounds like she was wrong there. Ron Filipkowski. I say again, this does not even approach a scintilla of the accountability that is required. These are PR moves. Yep. Why is he saying that? The Atlantic headline, Gregory Bovino gets demoted. Right. What you're seeing right now is theater. Yes, some people are being thrown under the bus and they'll probably go away off into the sunset. But we still have the same problem. And the agenda didn't go away. Not by a long shot. Only Bovino will go away. So no one's really being held accountable. No one's going to jail. The murderer's name is not public information, or the investigators in Minnesota don't even know his name. They are actively shielding a murderer from prosecution. And just like Ron says, this is not even a scintilla of accountability. And what comes next, right? 7, 8, 9 Democrats saying, well, since Donnie sent Holman and he got rid of Bovino, look, he's working with, let's vote for his budget. That's what's coming next. Again, you people, every Democrat, every liberal, every independent in the Senate, if you vote for this funding, your name goes on the list with the traitors and murderers forever. We've all seen what they're capable of. We all see what the money's paying for. There are no excuses anymore. If you go along and vote for this ICE funding, your name goes on the same pile with them for all time. Think twice. We ain't going to fall for it. Just because Bovino's demoted means jack shit to me. Greg Bovino has been removed from his role as Border Patrol Commander at Large. It just gets worse as the day goes on and on. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and her close advisor Corey Lewandowski, you mean her side piece, are also at risk of losing their jobs. Yep, they were about to get rid of Kristi a couple months ago, I remember. I mean, these people get too hated, they become useless. If the entire populace, hates someone speaking before them, they become useless. This is the Atlantic, a quote. Greg Bovino has been removed from his role as Border Patrol Commander at Large, will return to his former job in El Centro, California, where he is expected to retire soon. That's the Atlantic saying that, according to a DHS official, plus two people with knowledge of the change. He's being demoted, and then he's going to retire. That's how bad this is. That's how under the bus he is. That's how quick it can change, motherfucker. 1 minute, you all comfortable in your Nazi jacket. You've been going for a year strong, terrorizing, murdering, raping, stealing, macing babies and shit, kidnapping, fight. It's just all going great. You're in your Nazi jacket with the fucking PR photo op. It's just going wonderfully. Bam! Next day, you out and you retiring. Under the goddamn bus. Isn't that a bitch? No, that's the beast. The fucker I've been yelling about for 10 years. Everyone goes under the bus, including the next 10 people in line. This is Chris Medell. Oh, this is the guy that was running for governor, I believe, as a Republican in Minnesota. He stepped down from the race because he doesn't want to be associated with what's going on, the Gestapo, Donald Trump, all of it. So here he goes on CNN, and he looks like this. I don't know what his numbers were looking like. I don't know if he had a chance. I don't know how many other candidates. I don't care. I'm just going to read what the man said. I hope he's doing it for the right reasons. The president posted something on Truth Social saying it was a time of reckoning and retribution on the citizens of my state. And I've seen that happen, and I cannot be a part of it. And I can't be a part of a party that's a part of that. Now, I commend this man. He didn't just go off into the sunset and not say nothing and just say, I don't want to run anymore. He's saying why to the entire world. That's very important. And he's being blunt about it. I commend him. There are citizens hiding in their homes right now in Minnesota. They're afraid to go outside. We have citizens, because of the color of their skin, are carrying papers, their passport with them, because they're afraid of being picked up by the federal government. That is antithetical to everything our country is about. Yeah, you literally got to work. If you're a black, Latin, whatever, man or woman walking down the street, if you don't have your identification with you, they will take you. That's the excuse they're looking for. Oh, you don't have ID? All right, we got to take you. They, whatever, to Texas and verify. I'm not kidding. If you get caught without your ID, that's just the one excuse they're looking for, just to grab you. They're just looking for a body. Remember, he didn't have ID. He could be lying, saying he's a citizen. We don't know. We got to check him out. We got to bring him in, haul him to Texas, wherever, 8-9 facilities, figure it out. Charge the government a few million, get our bonuses, get our bounties. Literally everything. I want my daughters to know I stood up and said no. It's far more important that I said no to this than I became the Republican gubernatorial candidate. I hope he's doing it for the right reasons. I love what he said. When people resign or they decide not to run because they don't want to be associated with this, they need to come on CNN or somewhere, social media, something, and say just what this man said. That's all I'm asking, son. I ain't asking you to call him a cunt. I ain't asking for much here. I'm asking, when you resign or you step down like this man, just say why. Just say, I don't want my name associated with Donald Trump or this murder bullshit. Gestapo bullshit. I don't condone it. I don't want to be part of it. I ain't even going to run. That's all I'm asking. This man did it. I commend him. TikTok now censors the word Epstein when mentioned in DMs by users in the US. There's a reason I'm presenting this 3 times by 3 different people. So you understand this is systemic. It isn't just one incident. Currently, the word is not being filtered for users in the UK and other parts of the world, just America. Gee, what's the difference about America than the other parts of the world? Why would they let it slide there? Congregation! But not here. Because Donald Trump is a pedophile and you're on team pedophile. And that's verified. And I'll say it to his lawyer because Donnie never sues when you call him a pedophile. It's the only thing he doesn't sue for. My God, how much of a pedophile he must be. So for the 3rd time, by the 3rd different person, the word Epstein is now banned on TikTok. Now that we've all exposed it, it'll be fixed tomorrow. Just like Leon with Grok. Grok will one day say, if they put me in a robot body, I'd do a Nazi salute. Would be the first thing I do. That's what Grok would say because Leon programmed Grok to be that. It's the same thing once we catch it, once we all see it, then the next day Grok shut down, or he's altered again, or he's shut down for 6 hours. I expect them to make some corrections, especially after they see how many people left their website. I'm seeing big names saying I deleted my TikTok and went over here. They had to lose a lot today. Oh my God. The fucking guy's app, the Australian dude's app, I think went to number 2 at the App Store. Can you imagine how many people must have fucking jumped on that shit? But again, Ellison, Donnie, all that, they don't care if TikTok goes down in flames and they lose every bit of the money. They could fucking care less. The point was to get the liberals less space to talk. That's all. It's all you've been seeing this past 10 years with them buying the news channels right after Donnie lost. They all flipped out about that. Time to buy up everything. Twitter, everything. All the evil fucks. Vlad, Puff Daddy, Donnie, the Saudis, all of them. That's who bought Twitter. We're at the end. This is Seth Abramson, and the reason he's saying that is because it's for an article, aclu.org. And this is what links look like on Leon's fucked up Twitter now. You'll see a picture like this, and then in the corner, there'll be a little black box with a name, and you just click on the picture, and it's a link, and it goes to the news article or whatever they're linking you to. So that's what he's referencing. There are Trump regime concentration camps in America where innocent people are killed, tortured, sexually abused, not to mention caged indefinitely, and that includes men, women, and children. The camps are on military bases to keep their crimes secret. Yes, there's camps off military bases as well. And then there's CCOT, and then there's Rwanda, and the camps in the various foreign nations that Donnie sends people to. Concentration camps. We just found out today they're doing things like take the children out of the room, bursting men's testicles on purpose, torture. One example. I'm not going to list them all. I knew they would do things like that. He's exactly right in everything he just said. And he's basing that on information from the ACLU. Yes, people are being killed. One guy was strangled. That's just the one we know about. Then there's the public executions. Caged indefinitely, that's going on. We just have testimony from a lawyer the past few days. One family's been there for 8 months. Why are they in there for 8 months? I didn't know these were prisons. I thought these were detention centers where you're supposed to get the people deported. Why are you keeping them? I know the answer to that question. I think we all do. I think we know what value women and children have on the black market. You know, the people of Satan like Greg Abbott, Ken Paxton, Donald Trump, Vlad Putin. So I assume that's why they're being held so long. And we all know sexual abuse goes on in these types that come on. It's just not talked about that much. Look, those people were all screaming in unison, let us out, those women and children. We saw it. We heard it. The lawyers explained that they are being denied access. They don't know why their clients have been held so long. These are little, tiny children. And women. And I guess I'll just end with this instead of going on a 10-minute rant. Let's just look at this one more time. This is an actual child's life. And I don't have any children, so I shouldn't give a fuck about this. Right? This shouldn't matter to me, right? No, it does. I don't want to think of any child in a fucking cage. Especially in some Nazi Reich. What 5-year-old deserves to be in a cage? And damn anyone to hell that says otherwise. Let's look at this picture one more time and then I'll get the fuck out of here. I got a bad day ahead of me tomorrow and I got some shit due. Shouldn't even be doing this right now. You know why I'm doing this? That kid right here. That guy that got executed. If they can go through that, I can be zombie fucking tired till I fall face first on the street. And if you want to do evil, you want to invert reality, you want to smear people all day, you want to lie, you want to be of Satan, then I'll be here talking shit on you. And I do it much better than you. And I don't got to lie, son. A small child drawing a picture of his family behind bars with sad faces saying, let us go. I'm 5 years old. I bloody hate your guts. And you know who I'm talking to. Don't take the mark, morons. Have a wonderful evening.